Today we are making these yummy muffins. So we have just a few ingredients, not many. That is 3/4 cup of oat flour. And then you will need half cup of cornmeal and half cup of corn flour, which you can easily make if you put the cornmeal in a blender, or you could buy it already made. Then you will need 1 teaspoon of baking soda and half teaspoon of baking powder. And you can see how I am blending it all. This is all of the dry ingredients. Very easy ingredients. You can even make your own oat flour. The cornmeal you can find almost anywhere, and then you could buy the cornmeal flour, or like I did, I just put in a blender and blended. It was just half cup of cornmeal and half cup of corn flour. That is 2 tablespoons of either chia seeds or flax seeds in 1 cup of water. Okay, that's been sitting there for like half an hour. And then I added just now the half cup of applesauce and half cup of non-dairy milk. I made my own almond milk because I like to know that it's only almonds and water and nothing else. And now we will also add the fresh corn. That's 1.5 cups of corn, fresh off the cob, or if not, you could just use frozen, but it does make a difference when it's fresh corn. So we will mix this really well. Now we have the wet ingredients right there. And I also made my own applesauce. The recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. I will use 2. I usually don't use maple syrup anymore. I have a bottle for recipes like this, and it lasts me for months because I use it on rare occasions. But this is very little when you consider that you're going to get about 16 muffins, so it's not much. But still, I limited it to 2 tablespoons instead of 3 tablespoons. I don't know if chopped up dates would work as well. I don't know if we will let the muffins rise. So now we're combining the wet ingredients with the dry ingredients, and we will combine it really, really well. This is such a unique recipe, really. I love corn, fresh corn, and I love cornmeal or polenta. It's similar. I actually used polenta for this. And there's a consistency which to me it looked a little runny, but I just went ahead and I trusted the recipe. And now I am adding 2 cups of blueberries. Those are fresh blueberries. I know it's a lot of blueberries, but blueberries are wonderful antioxidants, so I love it. If you don't want to use blueberries, then put half a cup more of fresh corn. Okay? But I think the berries would be are wonderful. A wonderful addition to this. I think the combination of the corn and the berries it's going to be great. Okay, so now it's time to fill these I just went ahead and filled each muffin muffin cup all the way to the top. I wasn't sure how much this was going to rise because sometimes things don't rise as much when you do uh, plant-based baking. But I went ahead and I filled them all the way up. And I think my cups are smaller than what they used in the recipe because I got more than 12. Okay, I got actually 16. And this is going in the oven. The oven is at 375, and I'm putting these in like baking sheets. And it says to bake for 20 to 22 minutes. It did take a little bit longer than 22 minutes. I think it took more like 35 in my oven. So just watch out. You want to have for them to be firm. So I took them out at 22 minutes, and to me they look too soft. You can insert a knife and make sure that it comes out clean, and that's how you will know that it is done. So look how beautiful those colors are. Let's try them. Let's give it a try. I haven't tried these yet. They're very good. Very good. I love the taste of the polenta or the grits. It's fluffy. It's the corn is crunchy, but you know, you get the flavor of the corn and the cornmeal, the polenta. Then you get the sweetness of the blueberries. It is barely sweet because I only put 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. It called for 3. I can see how you can leave out the blueberries and put more corn and make these maybe, you know, savory. To me, they are addictive, so I would have to be careful with these. I definitely wouldn't eat them for breakfast because for me to be full, I would have to eat like 5 of them. Remember, this is a good example of dry starch as opposed to wet starch. Wet starch has more water and fiber intact, and we feel full for longer periods of times, plus the caloric content is lower because there's water here. And of course, baking takes water out. But it is absolutely delicious and surprising how good this is. So I give it a thumbs up. I hope you'll try them.